Welcome in Wednesday, June 26th. Pick Central, joined by Marty, Ev, myself, and Clemmer. Fresh off a Mets win against the Yankees. We'll get to that. But the big news, as always, seems like something unexpected. The New York Knicks, or the Nova Knicks, even more so today. With a trade last night, they're going to get Bridges. Gave up a lot of picks.
A lot of picks.
Ton of picks.
They gave up a ton for him. But I think I'm okay with it. I think everyone should be pretty.
You have to get a player like that. You have to overpay.
24.5 assists, 3 rebounds. Like, he's an elite defender.
Still young.
The type of player they already have, though. That's what people are saying, not me.
But I think you can never have enough of those guys. No, that's fine. No, I've seen the people say that. I think you can never have enough of guys that can score and play defense. Like I think to me that's what's made the Celtics so good.
Right, yeah, just having
they have a ton of guys like that. They have guys like Derek White, like that can defend, score, like they can.
Jaylen Brown's such a good defender, and
Tatum, all these
Bridges
guys.
are really good defender. And the other thing I like about Bridges, he's might be the most durable player in the NBA. He had one season he played 83 games since he got traded.
We'll see about that.
Guess what? Well, yeah.
I mean, you got to get there, but the guy is always available. Like this,
they should fire Tibbs right now and just hire Jay Wright. Yeah. Just do it. That would be so funny. Or they add him on one of those things where like A-Rod's like a
he's an advisor.
Advisor. Just have him on there as advisor. But with Bridges, I think the main thing is he doesn't need the ball. You know, like he's not a guy who's commanding the ball. If Paul George came over, Jimmy Butler comes over, obviously it's amazing. No matter what, you'd be happy. But, like, those guys need the ball a lot. Bridges is just going to work with this team. They're on FaceTime last night, all taking shit. Like, that's why the Knicks are also likable, because they're, like, actually all friends, you know? They're all friends. They're posting, even like Brunson quote tweeting people like chill, like about tampering to get them there and stuff. Like they're funny about it too. Like it's cool to see players being outspoken about like they want to play with their boys. They want to play with the boys, and this has never happened in basketball
not
ever.
Like this, no.
Not like this. There's always been like 2 or 3, maybe
4 core guys,
and usually one of the guys is ass on the bench. Like these are like the guys on the team. And all played together.
Pelicans had a little Duke thing going for a while, but it was like they all played.
Frank Jackson was on the team.
Yeah.
He was like 6 points. People don't even probably know who Frank Jackson is. You know.
I think a good debate is this the best collection of college teammates you can like build an NBA roster of?
No, the Spurs can do it tonight if they get Klingon, Castle, and then get like Cam Spencer in the second round.
I mean,
but I would even argue just. Going off his point of just like the talent they actually are in the NBA as well.
Yeah.
Like they're all legit.
They're all legit.
That Kentucky team could have formed a pretty good team.
Put something.
So if this doesn't work,
what was it? Booker and
Cat.
I was just saying, if this doesn't work, the Knicks are in trouble because the picks at 27, 29, 31, first are unprotected.
How old is he?
27.
He's gonna be 28. Like
right.
next
They still have a lot of picks though.
end of August.
They got 2 this year.
They do have a lot of.
Oh yeah, in a shitty draft, and they're not great picks.
I'm gonna be honest. I admit this. I got so excited. I just assumed last night and like early this morning that the 2 picks were like
for this year's
picks.
25. The 25 pick is gonna suck because the Knicks are gonna be good next year. 27, 29, 31. It's another pick in 25 the Bucks owed them, but the Bucks are gonna be good. That pick sucks.
What if a 2029 draft is
Yeah,
this
so
week?
there you go. So like you wanted.
I know, but Phil, I know you're trying to be like clever.
No, but,
at a certain point,
I did miss that the last couple weeks.
who else could you add? Like, you're not going to add guys
That's the
into
thing.
the rotation
Correct.
late in the first round, so you might as well go get the guy that you have.
And you were able to keep
Hopefully
Randall and
sign-
do it. I understand. I'm not.
Sign Randall or re-sign
I
OG.
like the trade for the Knicks a lot. I understand, but I'm just saying if this doesn't work, your franchise is fucked.
And you could say that about a lot of teams.
Yeah,
that
but
make
we've been
trades.
You
fucked
can't.
for 25
But
years,
you can't,
dude.
Phil. What are you talking about?
Oh wow, team trades a bunch of draft picks. This doesn't work out. They're fucked. Genius analysis by Chris Clemmer. This has never happened before.
What is wrong with you?
Meek's getting really
Lot.
excited.
I like the laundry list of all the things that are wrong with it.
But the thing is,
Well, I wanted to just counter and just you're definitely right. You're obviously correct. But I think you're willing to do this for a variety of reasons. I think one big one is that they're all relatively young.
Yes.
All of them.
They're all in their prime.
Like we're not doing this like how the Nets did it with like that big 3 where they're like their mid-30s and they're fucking old.
The Suns even did get Durant.
Every guy, like all four of these core Villanova guys we're talking about, they're all in their like 27, like 28, 29. So they're all like coming into their prime. We're basically going all in on this 5-year stretch. where they're all basically in their prime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
they're
didn't
all
sign
older than
somebody.
Jalen Brown
And
and Jason Tatum.
I think I'll agree with what
Everyone can have what we have.
Bosco was saying. What I think Meek was like trying to say. We've been bad forever. I'm willing to go all in, and if they stink in 2030 because of it, then I'll go fuck myself again. What are you gonna do?
Draft picks is
Draft picks mean less the better you are. So they're improving their team.
That's why I get nervous when I see 29 and 31 because you're still going to be really good. Probably not.
It's
this is where draft picks to me make where.
So it's the Nets when they did it, Phil.
1 second, fellas. 1 second. This is shut the fuck up. When draft picks to me like this, right? The Knicks drafted, what's his name? The Frank
Ntilikina.
Oh yeah.
You're going back to Frederick Weiss.
Yeah, but like
Good, yeah.
they missed out on Steph Curry. You know, there's so much.
Curry that we got drafted before we didn't get to take.
But I'm just saying, like, there's a crapshoot. Even Porzingis didn't work out for them. It worked. It was a good pick, honestly.
Porzingis was a good Nick.
No, it comes
It was a
out.
good draft. It was
but
the
it
right
didn't work
draft.
out.
We didn't get the best of his.
What I'm saying is where it's like it's such a crapshoot, and when if you
even RJ Barrett, like
you had drafted some guys and they even turned out to be Bridges, you're like, fuck yeah, you know? So it's might as well, in my opinion, sometimes it's like you have the team now, you're a 2 seed this year, like the East is weak.
Barrett, we had 2 with Barrett. Barrett didn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't work out. Like,
Barrett was 3.
I just think that you have Bridges, you might as well fucking say fuck it. Like, I like my franchise going after it when they have it. You're right, though. There is obviously some points to it where if it doesn't work out, you're fucked for
I mean,
like
the
5
Celtics
years,
are
but
great
still.
right now because, and Phil, I don't know if you know this. I know you're very argumentative earlier for no reason at all, like a maniac. The Celtics are good because of that Nets trade. Like, we have Brown and Tatum because of that
And
trade.
it was 2 different scenarios where
I agree with that.
the Nets did that trade for a bunch of old guys.
Yes.
These guys are all 27.
Yes,
26.
I agree.
The
And
Knicks
that's what I
did
like.
not go all in on a bad contract. The Knicks did not go all in on an aging superstar that we've been linked to. Ev would attest to it. How many times have we been linked to Chris Paul at the end of his career? Like,
Or even
we're
now,
gonna be
Paul
linked
George.
To, again, we're linked to guys with problems or just older. Like, it's a bad road to go down. Like, go in on the young guys who like each other and can stay together, and you don't mortgage the future.
Another big part of it, though, is that like Bridges.
No, I don't think we did mortgage the future.
for this
No,
one.
we didn't. We traded low draft picks.
Morgan, that's your future.
In
27, 29, and 31?
27, I'm not.
They're all good. They're all
31 could obviously
31 is
7 years from
31.
now is
31 to be announced. 27 and 29, I think will be 20 plus. I'm willing to put a bet
Cummer,
that those
it-
picks are-
29, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Clemmer, you're
Things
also
go
like
well, you're hoping,
Clemmer, also,
obviously.
if you're like gonna trade like at the-
29, actually, maybe I'll walk that back.
5 years from now.
in like
I
3
think that'll be outside the lottery. I think the Knicks are now building something that can be
That's
good.
5 years away.
in like 3 years, one of those superstars you could trade and be like, all right, we want like a 2031
That's
draft
true.
pick back. So
Right.
like, you can't really grade these trades right now.
Right.
I
That's a
will
fair
say,
point.
We
if
just have to avoid being literally the bottom teams, because if you give up an unprotected 1, 2, or 3 in a loaded draft, you're a laughing stock. Knicks just have to avoid being in the lottery.
as a Celtics fan, I will say, from the Knicks' perspective, you are kind of in win-now mode with the team that you built. And from there, you kind of, like, as I said, the Timberwolves are built to beat the Nuggets. You kind of have to be like, who do we have to build to beat to get out of the East? And I give them credit. I still don't think they will.
No.
But I do think that out of all the teams, their strategy right now looks the best.
Most complete
If you get
team-
OG,
You
it's
get
like
OG back.
If you get OG back, it's like, wow, Celtics in 6.
Most complete teams in the East, who are they? I
was
think it's
so
the
rude.
Celtics and then it's the Knicks.
Yeah. I told- I-
No, I heard it.
You got to smirk at him, man.
It was rude.
It was rude.
Most
but
complete.
You had to
I
see it
liked it.
coming.
Wait,
The
I liked
list,
it. It
the
was
list of
rude.
most complete teams in the East. What are they right now?
It's the Celtics, the Knicks, the Bucks, the
But you
Sixers.
do have to-
all,
be
all,
in.
all
That's a great
incomplete-
spot to be in.
All incompleted though, because you have to wait till all these
Agreed.
trades
Yeah,
go
yeah,
through.
without a
Right.
doubt.
Just that the Knicks are the first one to do the big one, where like the Sixers, if the Sixers get OG,
And the Sixers have cap space.
if the Sixers get OG, that's also a good.
That's a kick in the dick.
That's a kick in the dick as well.
I just think the Knicks will. They'll pay whatever they need to pay to keep him. It's the thing I wanted to say too with Bridges. Like, he's makes so little money right now. We have 2 years of control for $49 million total, not for a year total.
Yeah, it's nothing NBA.
Nothing.
If
And cap's going to go up, too.
If we re-sign OG, he'll be the highest paid player. But as it stands right this second, the Knicks don't have a player on their roster due to make $30 million in 2024.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
And considering like we have a very good team.
Yes.
I think as it stands right now, Randall would be the highest. He'll make like 29 this year. But if we re-sign OG, which is the plan, he's going to get like 40.
You can also still figure something out. You
could
could figure something out to move Randall for picks back. as
But
well,
but
if
that's
you wanted to.
The fact that we were able to keep Randall and just trade just all the picks, like to me, I'd rather keep Randall over like a couple picks.
Or Bogdan.
That guy.
It was the expiring con. He's got one more year.
No, I know.
We're
Just
going to cut him anyway because the money's not guaranteed.
just
Randall-
funny to
19 mil
see
1
I
year.
mean, Randall has been great when he's healthy.
Absolutely.
And now you got more scorers around him. You got a guy like Bridges who could take the brunt off. You got Brunson who could take like some of the scoring. Like
Josh
know.
Hart can see now.
what?
Josh Hart can see now.
Yeah, he can
Did you
see
see that?
now.
Remember that report?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Randall is like that much more effective.
Also, I just want to point this out too. If you look at all the superstars that could ask out of their teams within the next year, Bridges is probably the best team fit for the Knicks outside of if Giannis were to ask
Right.
out in a year.
Absolutely.
Because Donovan Mitchell, undersized guard, you're not going to beat Boston that way.
You
Same
didn't
thing with
want
Devin
Mikal
Booker.
Bridges. Don't forget.
Phil didn't want Mikal Bridges?
I never thought Brooklyn was going to give him to us. I
didn't
honestly
want
thought
him.
Brooklyn was
Remember who was saying all year
Ev
Mikal
was.
Bridges.
I
Mikal Bridges.
never thought
I
this
was
gonna
on him.
happen.
Hey,
And it
manifesting.
ended up-
What changed your mind, Phil?
No, I like Mikal Bridges. I wanted to draft him. You can go back to my tweets in 2018. I wanted Mikal Bridges.
That's the hard part of this.
How about in the last year, though? Did you want to?
I wanted him. I
No, he
never
didn't.
thought it would be a reality. And hand up, I was wrong.
It was the first trade the Nets and Knicks made since 1983.
Exactly.
83.
What was that, Marty? What was that?
Yeah, because it's
First
a
trade that the
lose-lose.
Knicks and the Nets made since 1983.
Wow.
Clemmer was 4 years old.
I heard a report last night.
is rude.
That's
Yeah,
no ass. He gets no
was.
ass. Remember,
It
guys.
just starts. It's just a matter of time of when he starts.
no ass. No
It's
ass.
just when is he going to start? Today he started early, so.
Who was, I
Phil?
saw last night that
Well,
actually
it's big day for him today for the Knicks. So
Ev and Meek and Bosco. I saw a report that Mikal Bridges forced his way to the Knicks,
Yes.
and the Knicks had no
Of course
option.
he did.
The Nets actually were like, "Give us all your draft picks," because they knew that something could get leaked. Where they're like, I didn't really understand the full report. Did you see anything?
Bridges
of
It
it?
was I read it. Yeah, it was basically that he didn't like force it in the traditional sense like how Harden did and like Lillard did kind of thing. It was more the Nets just knew he wanted to be on the Knicks. He's not gonna like re-sign after these couple years.
Good trade for the Nets.
Yeah, it was a good trade for both
You have
sides.
a piece of asset.
no one's talking
You have
about.
an
The
asset
Nets,
burning
good
a
for
hole
them.
in your pocket. Get rid of it.
Let them. They're gonna get rid of Cam
Johnson.
Johnson. They're gonna get rid of what was it? Is Schroeder on the team? Or who's someone else on that team that they're going to get rid of? They're going to get rid of everybody.
I was looking at.
Dinwiddie? Maybe Dinwiddie?
No, Dinwiddie went somewhere else. He went to the
I
Lakers.
think that the Nets have control
Oh,
of their
that's right.
2025 first round pick too. So they're tanking for Cooper Flag.
Think about too.
Oh,
the Nets.
I love that. I'd become a Nets fan.
The haul for Kevin Durant they got back. It's
9
That's what I'm
first-round
saying.
picks.
That's exactly it. Think about what they got back for Durant.
Oh, 100. They're gonna
key part of that.
Yeah.
look at OKC had all those picks too,
Yep.
and look what they're starting to do. The
Yep.
Nets can do that. You got to fully tank, and they're doing it.
Well, that's the thing too.
Well, the
even
Knicks-
with
the
the
Knicks-
Knicks making the trade, like I mean, they've been accumulating all these picks like for this moment.
Of course.
Right. The Knicks.
That's what they've been stacking them up like.
So I
to
think
just
it's a win-win for
Save
both
them.
teams.
The Knicks'
for-
hole of picks is now done, right? There's no more like we have a ton of
I
picks.
think they have
No,
like
yeah, we
3
just. I mean,
tradable-
we just. I mean,
Yeah,
we had
it's
the
over.
we had the two.
Yeah, it's a lot of them
we have
gone.
2 first rounders tonight,
Right.
and then but we just gave away the rest for the
picks?
next
Picks?
24 and
24 and
25.
25 back to
it would
back.
be, if they had Obi
I hate
Toppin,
the
it would be a
back-to-back.
super team.
They'll probably trade one.
What?
And Hartenstein's gone.
Yeah, because we're gonna re-sign OG. We can't re-sign both after getting Bridges.
Yeah, but I think you can get a kid. There's a kid like Missy tonight from Baylor. You can get he's not going to be as good as Hartenstein, but maybe you can get somebody with that skill
They've
set.
drafted well recently. Like since
Yeah.
Leon Rose, they've drafted well. So I have faith that they can draft 2 guys.
Or
that
just
can-
go get a cheaper Hartenstein.
I mean, just get us some. That's why I like Kel Ware. I like who's.
I
we
like
talk about-
Zach Edey.
I don't even think.
He's
I don't
not
think
gonna
he'll
go
be
to.
there.
He's going to be just letting everybody know tonight. Plus 2,000. Zach Edey goes to the Utah Jazz at number 10. There's some sources flying around
All right.
that people are talking, and if you want to be safe, plus 200 in the top 10.
I could definitely see him going higher than people
He
initially.
had a good year, obviously.
You gotta, dude.
He played himself up. I feel like he's gotten better in his skill set.
He can actually run the floor. I think
Yeah.
that helped him a
Dude,
lot. That he actually can get up
He's
and down.
also his free throws are better. Like he is a guy that a team can definitely use 100%.
Yeah. I think he'll play in the league for a little bit. Like he's not
Yeah.
going to just be like in the Euro League in 3
He's
years.
fucking ginormous, dude.
Yeah.
He's
So he could find a spot in the league.
Yeah, but throughout, first of all, did you see that? I don't know if you saw me and Brandon tweeting about it, that Rockets and whatever trade, I stared at it for 45 minutes.
I still
that's-
don't
I was like,
understand.
who got what? Because they were like blockbuster trade, and I was like,
I'm still confused.
who got what the fuck?
It's a swap
They're
of,
claiming it's basically for the Rockets to make a big trade. Is essentially
Yeah.
Why does
It's like
this
the
help
trade
them make a
before the
trade? Then why
To have all the picks to give to somebody else.
they
I
traded
think.
picks? So
I know. It's
but didn't they
confusing.
trade like picks for better
Better
picks?
picks.
essentially?
swap.
Then why would the other team trade?
I think it's for. I thought it was for better picks. Now was my kind of like my understanding.
Who are the
Sure they
Rockets
didn't get-
trading for? I know
It's-
they want Kevin
They
Durant.
keep saying Durant. And
Durant.
some of the trade packages, like the whatever, like made up trade packages, I thought were preposterous. Like that the Rockets were getting like fleeced.
I thought. Yeah.
What were they? Fred VanVleet, 3 first-rounders, Alperen Sengun.
Like to me, that's crazy.
So they were better.
Sagan's a stud.
But they were better without him, so they think that they're replaceable in this
Oh,
system.
man.
That's
I
What
also
is
just,
Kevin
I
Durant
also,
gonna do
I
with
also,
the
yeah, I
Rockets?
just think Durant. He's just his
Kevin
best
Durant's
ball is
also
way
gonna,
behind him.
Kevin Durant's also going to sell tickets for your team too.
somebody asked in the chat. Dudes, ask them if there's any chance the Knicks make a play for Lauri Markkanen. I don't even know what you guys could
No.
offer for him.
Dude, we
No.
don't have enough picks.
Yeah, and they would just. I mean, they rather have.
You
They
guys
just
would,
re-sign
you
OG,
guys would
yeah.
just be the Celtics.
I'd rather have Mikal
Yeah,
Bridges
just
over Lauri
another
Markkanen.
foreign white guy.
Yeah.
I don't hate the.
One big.
I know we want Bridges, and he's obviously a stud, but I don't hate flipping him for something.
Oh God,
It would just be hilarious.
this guy's had him
The
balls for
hilarity,
10 hours.
the hilarity of what he said, like
Flip him for Markkanen?
Let me tell you something though.
Lauri Markkanen's a stud.
No, but he's just
all
not
this
better
just
than Bridges.
Marty,
I like
take-
Markkanen.
No,
Take it
I
on
know.
surface level.
I know.
The guy wants to come
Like
here.
Mar-
all
hold
his
on,
friends
Duke's-
are here.
Duke is looking at me like I'm crazy for saying Bridges is better than Markkanen.
No, I don't think it's crazy.
Totally
I think
Give me a
Lauri
face.
Markkanen is.
He's
I almost
good.
think
He's a good player.
I think Lauri Markkanen's almost not exactly untradeable, but pretty damn close. Like it's like the scene from The Departed. Like it's not a guy you can't hit, but it's almost a guy that you can't hit. Like that's where I think about Lauri Markkanen. I think he's very, very good.
He's a good
On a
player.
shitty team.
Bridges is, I think, just such a two-way stud like that.
He fits what we want to do.
Yeah, he just fits the team too well.
I mean, they definitely they tampered. If you look also.
We tampered for Brunson. I don't give a fuck.
No, of course I don't give
Oh
a
yeah,
fuck
we
either.
did.
You
Take
should
away all
tamper.
the
it.
second-round picks from the Knicks.
He wouldn't even let him. He didn't even get to like negotiate with the Mavs. Didn't get to negotiate with him. We just hired his father. as a
No.
coach.
It's very it's
brought him
very
over.
smart. It's like Cade Cunningham with the Oklahoma
Yeah.
State.
Yeah.
The,
Well, that's been going on for 100 years.
No, everyone does.
Danny
that.
Manning's
for a long
father
time,
was an
yeah.
assistant
Everyone
coach.
does that. But also, like, if you looked at, he did a podcast and he was like, "Yeah, I was really hoping I got drafted by the Knicks. I was very sad. Like, I was really sad I didn't go there. Like, he's been wanting to go to the
Drafted
Knicks.
Kevin fucking Knox.
was-
who was the summer league all-star and then
Nobody thought
2019 January Player of the Month.
nobody thought he was going to be good when
Oh,
they drafted.
man.
I mean, I think everyone knew that was a bad pick.
Who, Knox.
Yeah.
People were hyped on Knox. Nah, that's I think a little. People
I
were
thought he
hyped
was-
in that
I
moment.
thought he was going to be good.
I wanted Bridges, but I also didn't hate Knox.
People were hyped in the moment for him for sure.
But the rest of the league, this is where the best thing about the NBA is because it's just gonna tonight's gonna be crazy. Someone's gonna get traded in. I think Brandon Ingram's gonna get traded tonight.
All right.
Yeah,
and that's a
decent chance.
I think Brandon Ingram is. I love Brandon Ingram obviously, but I think that what team would he go to? You think?
The Rockets.
I know.
Why is everything the Rockets?
So I have
they
Because
want to
just
make a
want
big
someone.
Rockets.
yeah.
The other thing, Thunder have more picks than they literally can know what to do with. Like they
Yeah.
literally have over the next like 5 years, they literally can't. You have more picks than you got players.
Yeah.
So they have to make a move eventually. I don't know when.
I just don't know if he. I don't know.
You don't like him
I just don't know if he fits.
with OKC?
Yeah, like I just don't think like he fits that team. I love what they did with the Caruso trade. I thought that was a great trade. There's another guard that can play good defense,
Yeah.
but I just don't know if he fits like.
I'm trying to think what.
Because they have like because at the wings they have like Jalen Williams. They have like both Jalen Williams. I guess they got rid of Giddey, so I guess they maybe could use like another big wing. Like
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he actually
maybe he
pretty
fits a
good
little
for that.
better than I'm giving credit for. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess when I just envision him and then like that team, there's something in my brain that doesn't like just I don't know if
I'm trying to think what the Pelicans want though. Like if they're trading for him, like who do they want?
I view Brandon Ingram as a B- star in a way. Like, he's a good 2. He's not a 1A or like a 1.
But even on the Thunder, he'd be.
It'd be a good complimentary.
He might even be
piece.
like the 3.
That's what I mean. Like the Thunder would.
Which isn't
be a
That
good-
also
that's a good
is sick for them.
Yeah, no.
It's a 3. Like it's like
Makes it the number
it
one
was the
team in the
one.
West better.
It was the one on his team, and they were still the Pelicans. They were very hurt this year, and he was hurt, and they were still pretty good.
Who would you rather have, Paul George or Brandon Ingram?
Paul George.
Brandon Ingram.
Just Brandon Ingram was a lot younger.
Paul George
George is.
for like next few years. I think Paul George still like, in my opinion, easily. Ingram's just not that good. I don't think Ingram's that good.
I don't.
think you guys,
I don't entirely disagree.
I think you guys are crazy. What's his? Bring up Ingram. I actually don't know his stats.
Ingram-
This year he was not great.
Well, he was
Ingram's
hurt
a
last year.
nice player, but like
Well,
Paul
bring
George
up-
is on the like.
Bring up
decline.
his stats.
Pull that up, Jamie.
Paul George is still just a legit scorer, can still defend, even though he's obviously a little older.
It's funny, Bosco.
I understand the injury stuff, but I think Ingram has similar type stuff. I trust Paul George more.
It keeps getting worse.
He was good this season. I mean, they still were. I mean, even with missing like big stretches of Kawhi, they still
They
still were good.
I just am really excited. The Knicks are like in the talk of like winning the East.
Right now we're tied for the third favorite to win the finals. It's pretty wild,
Yeah.
You guys are instantly the biggest threat we have right now.
without question.
Right.
I think without
we're
question.
we're a mirror image of what. Now you guys might have more talent, but like
That's it. That's legitimately.
defend
Yeah.
a lot of guys who can play,
Yeah.
interchangeable, like
Anything could happen anything can happen injury
two stars who can go back and forth, like Bridges and Brunson can rotate
This
who's
might sound
scoring
stupid,
25
the
that
Celtics
night.
are just like longer and bigger too.
And they're just every position
with
I basically
with
give.
OG and Bridges, like that really helped. Like that's two guys that I think are like
You think every position?
Almost, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's not a point guard.
I-
The Celtics
and
play the
even
Knicks.
like
The Celtics
Derek-
have the two best players on the court.
Point guard, the Knicks win.
point guard.
Yes.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
Brunson's
He's,
Yes.
he's saying
Yes,
barely
but like
no.
defensively, like if you ask me for a two-way player, like I think Derek White fits the.
I like Derek White a lot.
Celtics-
Derek,
yeah.
I'm not here to like
Brunson's
trash.
no
Derek
slouch
White-
on
Derek White's a
defense,
great
bro.
player. Great
Brunson's
player.
no
Derek
slouch
White's
on
like all NBA.
He's
Brunson's no
he's not
slouch.
he's not carrying.
Derek
the
White
team,
and
like-
Jalen Brunson's not like.
No, it's not
Yeah,
easy.
it's also very.
That's
No, but
take your hat off.
No, but
my hat's
very.
off.
I
said this in January.
No, the hat's on right now.
Hat's on.
You're drinking the Kool-Aid.
Did I not say it to you in
Kool-Aid's
January?
green.
You did.
I said
but
I think if you put Derek White on the Knicks, I think he'd be just as capable on offense as Jalen
The
Brunson.
team wouldn't be nearly as good.
That's
I also don't think he could score as much.
That's crazy.
I don't agree with that. Sorry, too. you're on your island. But I will say the Celtics play the Knicks, so the Celtics have the two best players on the court.
It's probably fair, but I think there's we'd have there'd be a strong argument for the next few. I mean, the Celtics are just deep as fuck. When you have Porzingis,
Celtics, right?
and White and these guys.
Even if you guys get OG, I think the Celtics are better. Now, does that mean the Knicks though are a real threat? A real threat.
But then
It's the first time I've said that. I didn't say that last year on this show. I'm saying it now.
There's other obviously people are going to make moves. Like, there's a lot of free agents out there.
course.
Jimmy Butler's out there saying that he might want to get traded. Like there's Paul George, Brandon. There's a lot of people. Like the Sixers, if they do get OG and like even somebody else, that I don't care what you say about it, they are a threat.
Sixers are a threat as well. Yeah, agree.
You have Embiid and Maxi's a superstar.
Maxey, Embiid. Embiid's health is such a concern.
Of course it is. Of course it is. But you have to take it as he's healthy right now. Like obviously you have to. When you start a new season,
You do.
that's how you have to start it. But I get the concern. There could always be concern. Porzingis is a concern. I know they won without him. It doesn't matter. But like
He's always banged up.
he's always banged up too. Like I just think I can't wait to see what East teams get better.
Marty, are you thinking about what future you're gonna take for this upcoming season?
I've been thinking because I'll pick the loser of the championship, of course, but to see who. But it's also this is the time to get it as well before they get the stall. Like the Knicks were probably a great bet
yeah.
right before it. It was kind of cool. I have like the view of the city of my apartment, and right when the trade happened, no joke, Empire State Building was Knicks colors.
Oh,
It was really fucking cool.
it was so awesome the way it unfolded, where there was no like bubbling up, like they're working on it.
Oh,
it
it just
was
had
like
it.
instant boom, trade's
Yeah.
done.
I was at the Mets-Yankees game last night.
Clemmer, the timing of this trade
All
literally
right,
lined up.
Phil.
with
Yeah,
Aaron
it's okay,
Judge
Phil.
signing.
Yep, go ahead, Phil. Go ahead.
No,
I was telling the story. But go ahead. Interrupt.
Tell us the
Yep,
story.
yeah, please,
Yeah.
please do.
Just cut him off from his own
Unbelievable.
story.
What did you have?
So I was.
So Aaron Rodgers. No, I'm sorry. That was a
I
joke.
was at the Mets Yankees game yesterday, and all of a sudden, because it happened all at once, because obviously best Yankees are all Knicks fans.
Yeah.
You heard, Bridges all around me. It was like an echo chamber, and everyone just got like really elated at once. And like for like a good 4 minutes, there was like a peace brokerage between the Yankees and Mets.
Clem had that tweet. It said Mets Yankees like fighting, and then it was like the Bloods.
Yeah, it was the Bloods of like Mikal Bridges.
That's what it was in Queens yesterday for 4 minutes, and then Judge hits the grand slam, and then I was like, oh shit, now we hate each other again. But sorry, Phil. I'm sorry to interrupt your story.
I think Phil was going to tell a story that the second the ball was going over the wall for the grand slam, that was when he got the notification.
Right, when he was
simultaneous.
Yeah. Good, Phil.
But so also everyone's saying now Paul George might go to the Warriors, and I think, and they also said that Kevin Durant might are the Rockets and the Mavericks.
Durant should go back.
Mavs will be wild.
Durant should go back to the Warriors.
That'd be funny.
Run that shit back.
Paul George going to the Warriors would be really funny.
The old timers. Like, what are we doing?
Get Durant back on the
Paul
Warriors.
George on the Warriors.
You're not gonna do it. Stop.
No, you're
Stop.
crazy.
You're fooling themselves. What are they doing?
Wait, what?
He's saying that that Warriors wouldn't be good with Paul George. I think they would definitely get better.
I mean, I do think that would make.
Yes. What does that mean to be better? They didn't win the play-in game.
What's Clay's situation? Is Clay's done?
He's probably going to Magic.
He's is he expiring.
They might resign him.
But even the Magic are saying they only want to offer like a 2-year deal. So at that point, I could see him like just a 2-year max, maybe I guess. So I could see him just going back to the Warriors for comparable or
Why would
less.
you want
I don't
him
know.
back?
I would still want him back. It's like a tough. They are in a weird spot. I mean, if they re-signed Clay and Paul George, I still would feel like they could compete. But
you're living in your childhood.
The West is the West.
It's not that crazy.
It's more that to me, it's more the West is just so deep. It's just such a gauntlet that it's tough. Like if they were in the East, I almost would feel better about it. But
Steph Curry's still that good.
Series.
What are they trying to do? What are you trying to do then? Let's say you go get Paul George. You trade future draft picks, which you're going to need, for Paul George. What does that do?
No, isn't he a free agent?
Is he a free agent? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think he's a free
all right, that's
agent.
better. Okay, let's you get Paul George. What does that do for you?
They do get.
They're going all in for the
superstar league.
Like
You're not
don't have to pair superstars.
They don't have they're like we all know we agree with you. They're getting older. Right?
They're not going to beat the Nuggets.
Steph. Well, I mean, you wouldn't think the Timberwolves would beat the Nuggets this
They're not going to beat the Timberwolves.
No, but no one would have thought the Timberwolves would beat the Nuggets.
We know what the Warriors are. We know they're not going to get better. Like the Timberwolves got better because Anthony Edwards got better. They matured as a team. The Warriors aren't going to do that. They're going to get worse. They're old.
Steph Curry's not getting worse. He's getting better each year. That's just true.
Curry's still elite.
Curry's still getting better each year.
I think Curry is in a position where he needs to not be the best player on the team. Maybe.
Well, George is still very good. Like I know he's getting. How old is he?
George is going to be in his age 34 season.
I was gonna say, yeah.
He's still really good.
It is a slippery slope because I do understand Clemmer's point of like
I do too.
Punt, start over. I get where he's coming from, that thinking like you can't win, but I also feel like I'm sure from like a front office perspective, it's tough to let go of. This team has won. They obviously won a lot, and they even had a break where like Durant leaves, they don't win for a little bit. Then they even win again 2 years ago, where you're like,
right,
if we can kind of capture this, like 2 years can be a lot, and I get that, but they still have enough talent, and these guys have enough like camaraderie together. Like, they've just played a lot together, the chemistry. If you can like throw in Paul George, add another like big time player, you're like maybe I don't think it's crazy to be like try to convince themselves they can make a run at it. But I also understand the West is just so deep. There's so many young teams.
Now you have the Celtics
that are just
Knicks
getting better and better.
Yeah.
You have like you said, the Timberwolves are getting better. The Thunder's getting better. The Mavs just made a nice run. Like there's just a bunch of teams.
I get what you mean though, but you have to get out of your head. They're not trading Steph, right?
Wait, Curry's not getting better, by the way. You said that he's not. He had 32 points a game 4 years ago. He had 26 last year. He can't stay out. He has trouble staying on the court. He did play 74 games last year. That's the most he's played in 7 years. But his numbers are not getting better. They're getting worse.
I just don't think Steph Curry has.
He's also going to be 36 next year.
I don't think it's fair to say he's getting better.
He's not. He's getting worse.
Worse.
Even worse is
worse is one of the best in the league.
But you said
I apologize. I am wrong, but he's still like. I'm not taking any.
The bottom has not dropped off.
It has not.
Yeah.
Still really fucking good.
The bottom
really
is not.
What do you want the
That's
Warriors
not
to
fair. That's not fair.
What?
That's not fair. That's cherry picking stats. If you look at like the full year, 5-year sample size, it's like in 2019-20 he was 20 points, then went to 32, then went to 25, then went to 29, then went to 26. So you could say that this year was better than his 2021-22 season.
Oh, okay.
No, hold on. Let me.
Yes,
I think
he also played 8.
the team they have, it's like I don't think like just purely his points per game is a like direct reflection of like how good or
I
bad
agree.
He had his worst, if you go by 2-point attempts, field goal attempts, he had his worst percentage in over a decade.
They want him shooting threes.
Let me ask you a question. So what the Warriors are not going to trade Steph Curry. He's 36. He's going to die on that court,
Yes.
or no matter what. They have Draymond Green for
Which is
another
idiotic,
3
by the
more
way.
years.
Yes.
We're
That's the
not
reality.
going-
That's the
we-
reality.
We've
You're
already
right.
been through it. We're not doing it again. It's not idiotic, but fine.
It is idiotic.
It's not. But what else
How was last year?
do you want? How was 2 years ago?
3 years ago now, though.
They won a championship 3
3
years
ago.
Yeah,
That's a
anyone
long
would
time.
Die for that. Then they also won 3 more
I know.
before
And
that.
they were fantastic. That's
what I'm saying.
The
You're
book
not
is
gonna
closed, though. It's over. It's over.
Let me ask you though. They have these guys. What do you want them to do? Nothing. Like if Paul
they're
George
in-
wants
they're
to
in hell.
go,
They're in hell. They're in a
but
weird
if Paul,
spot.
it's not even hell. You still got like
No, but they're in a.
business wise too. They're in a fine spot. The
They're
Warriors.
not. They didn't make the play-in game.
I think they're
If
in a
they
weird.
add Paul George,
They
they
still
get,
are. They're
going
maybe
to be
the
in the
6th seed or 5
okay.
or
So
7th
that's
seed.
better than that they were
think
this
they're
That's
in
year.
a
not
weird
where you want to
spot.
be.
But what else would you want them to do? Who?
It's you. Look, you just said it earlier. We talked about it earlier. It's either in the NBA or in sports. It's better to be horrible than bad. Don't be bad. Don't be average. It's the worst spot to be.
But that's
hell.
But like, they're not going to just sell everything. So
No.
the
And
only thing
they're
they have
looking
to
back
do
at
and they
is
the
die.
Paul George.
And they
that's,
die
that's
old.
the point I'm saying. And they're
Yeah.
in hell because they're still hanging on to these championships. They have a franchise
Cowards.
player. They have another star. They're looking at stars to get, but they're not the best.
They're cowards.
They're not one of the best 5 teams in the league.
This is what cowards do. And the Celtics
No, I
were
think this
cowards
is
in
what
the 90s.
franchise
Howard,
do.
dude, yo, you respect the fucking guy who's won you 4 championships.
You-
Yes, you do.
You don't.
What do you mean, dude?
Well, what did
Who's
the-
scoring
what did
27
the
points a
Celtics
game?
do? They got
What
rid
did the
of.
Celtics do? What?
They learned from their mistakes. In the 90s, they kept those guys. They got old, and they were left with nothing.
Yeah, but you
When the
realize
Celtics
it's a
then
hard
finally-
spot to trade Curry.
Danny Ainge was on those teams. He learned from that, and he traded Paul Pierce. And
Your
he ended up
guys
getting
weren't.
Tatum
They
and
weren't.
Brown.
They weren't. Yeah, and guess what? That also won. Tatum and Brown is also. You have to admit there is some luck to that as well because they could have went first as well. The other teams, they are better at drafting. That's a total luck as well. 2, Paul Pierce and Garnett were different than Steph Curry right now when they got traded. Steph Curry is still at the top of the league.
You would get even more for him. That's proving my point.
But
How about
it's
Bridges,
not because
Bridges
it's
and
still,
2 picks tonight.
It's just still like Steph. I think that's also like so fucked up to do to Steph Curry when you literally put this franchise on a map. I think there is
Patrick Ewing
loyalty.
did it-
There is
I mean,
loyalty
like-
in sports still.
I don't think
I think
there
it should be
is.
actually fucking nice.
It's a business. And we're
yeah, and the
fans.
business is still
What
getting.
does Jerry Seinfeld say?
And how many tickets
we
are
root
getting
for laundry?
How many tickets are getting sold for Steph Curry? How many jerseys still getting sold for? That's a business. If you want to
Also,
sell business,
I don't think the
that's
Warriors,
a business.
I don't think the Warriors think that they'll get back equal or like appropriate value for Curry
Still
because it is Curry. Like
still
no matter
think, yeah,
what,
like-
they could get a nice piece and they'll still be like,
But
man,
business-wise,
we're the-
Steph Curry is
but we're
still
the
the
guy
most
giving up
influential
Curry.
player in the fucking league.
I think does Curry have a no trade clause?
Do you
Yeah,
guys still
probably.
think the Warriors can make a run in the next 2 years
Can they make a run?
with the right pieces?
Yes.
Maybe.
I-
Yes.
I guess it's a chicken's answer. If a gun to my head, I'd say probably not. If I'm being just,
If you-
if I'm being just,
paired-
like totally honest, like
if you paired up Steph Curry with like even like a
LeBron
Paul George, like I think that like you could be a top 3 team in the
I think they
West.
could. I think they could make a run out. Like I
Like,
think they could. It's more just if I gun to my head, are they going to win? If they sign Paul George, are they going to like win the championship?
I
or
don't
not?
think
I'd say
that.
no.
I
That's
do
easy
think they could be a
answer.
top 3 team in the West still.
I think they maybe could be too with Paul George.
And
I don't
that's
think
enough.
like, the most
But you get how
outlandish
that's
thing.
if you could be a top 3 team in the West, that's enough that you
I don't
still
think
have
they'll
to
be a top
chase.
3 team in the West.
But okay, take that out of your mind. If they are a top 3 team in the West, you don't think they will be. If they can be a top 3 team in the West, don't you think that's enough that you still have to chase the championship?
Yes,
You owe it?
but I don't think that's possible.
But you also
All
said.
right, fine. So then we're at a stalemate that way.
But you said don't be mediocre.
no, that's the worst. I agree with
Mavericks
that.
were 6th this year. That's the definition of mediocre. You get in the playoffs, things happen.
No, here's the definition.
No, I think like 7,
Dallas won
8,
50 games.
like, just
Dallas
missed
won
the
as many games as the
playoffs.
Knicks last year.
5. They were 5th.
Yeah, they're fifth.
Fine.
Dallas had as many wins as the Knicks last
But
year.
they had guys hurt, didn't they? Didn't the Mavs have guys hurt from
They made trades.
portions of the
trades.
year? They made
A little
trades.
They won 50
Trades,
games.
Paul
That's
George
not,
would be like
No, my point is though. I think
With the Warriors, how many Warriors win this year?
46.
46. Add Paul George, you're going to get probably 54.
Or you have a
55.
window to get a lot back. That's the thing. You're shutting that window.
But that doesn't mean you're going to be good. That also getting a lot back you can also
gives you the
76ers have gotten 2 first-round picks, first number 1 picks. They have fucked up both of them.
There's 2 roads though. The road they're on will not lead to a title. That's a fact.
That's not a fact. How is that a fact? It's not a fact. You know it, and you always yell at me when I say it's a fact. So take that back.
It's an educated fact.
Okay.
All
right.
I'll massage it a bit. No. All kidding aside, if you go down that road, they, in my opinion, they cannot win. I mean, it's a pretty safe opinion.
I don't think so because you could also add
if you
have they also have younger guys on the Warriors like that. What's that white guy's name that they have now?
It's a Polish name. He's not bad. Yeah,
he's not bad. Where he's getting better. Like I
will say you
Brandon
did tell
Pod's
me.
insane.
You
That's the
told
kid
me.
from Santa Clara.
Yeah.
You told me in November last year the Warriors are going to be just fine because they have all these guys, and they didn't even make the playoffs.
And guess what? If they get Paul George, they will definitely be fine. And I think that you can still get pieces around them, like younger guys that they off the bench, whatever. I just don't think it's crazy that if they get Paul George, that's not a bad thing. I think they're like, we're going with our guys that we have right now that have got us here.
I think it's kind of an interesting thing. Is more just the debate of, I think Curry's the perfect example for the conversation of what do you do with a guy like that who's won you all these championships, who's still good. Clemmer's point in just terms of business, I think has some merit to it. I see that.
No, I see both sides.
It's kind of
both sides have
what I wonder. I generally this is more almost a hypothetical I'm kind of putting out there, but
sure.
What value does it have to the team, Tim, to be a warrior for life, in terms of even just the way I don't know how you even quantify.
So how do you guys perceive Patrick Ewing? He's a Knick, but he wasn't a Knick for life.
100%.
How do you guys perceive Paul
Brady.
Pierce?
But I think it's
Steph
more,
Curry also literally changed the entire game on its head.
He's such a unique. To me, he's a top 5, 6, 7, 8 NBA player of all time.
Okay,
That's the way
Michael Jordan is the greatest player ever. Whatever, have that debate. I think of him as a bull. You don't think of him as a winner.
He left on his own accord.
That was a totally.
I'm saying, but it doesn't
thing.
change the fans' perspective.
I guess it's more just I don't know. Just
but
the way,
he did.
He's when I say president, I mean literally in title, but just that guy's the mayor of Oakland. Is it for life? He's
and he still would be.
He's the
just
king.
wouldn't play the last
He's the
3
king
years.
of San Francisco. The king.
Tom
of
Brady's the
California.
king of New England.
Could I ask a question? Do you think that trading?
Still pissed off when he didn't go back though.
What?
We're very angry at that.
Do you guys think that trading Steph Curry isn't actually up to Steph Curry's ability, but the ability of what the Warriors have around him? So if they think they have a contender, they're well, we don't need to trade Steph. We still think Steph could produce. But if they start seeing that the other pieces are failing, then it becomes easier to trade someone like Steph Curry, being hey, we're not in win now mode. We're going to give you a deal. We're going to send you out somewhere where you could still produce. It's not your fault. Does that make it easier?
Well, no, that's the point. That's the part that I agree with because I think that's really what.
It depends on what they have around.
I think that's what me and Martin have been roundabout saying. Essentially, you worded it better than we had.
Yeah,
and it's just all the pieces.
First time
it feels
ever.
He's still good. He's still elite in my opinion, but the pieces around him are declining.
Right.
Some would Clay's, for example, some would say rapidly. So it's what do you do? And Clay's
washed.
And Clay's I feel bad because Clay's
he's
was
a free agent.
Very,
So I'm not,
Clay's was very he's a free agent. Clay's I think his decline was very injury driven, but it is.
Sure. Oh no, that
it
happens.
That's
it's not his fault. People get
What do you
older.
think Clay gets? Clay gets a max?
He's going to get $80 million.
They're saying 2 year 80, something like that.
The
Magic.
I saw a report in the
if Clay
Athletic
could
that there was
suck
no
up,
interest.
if
No,
Clay
the Magic want him very badly to be kind of a veteran presence for the young team, shooter.
that's what I was gonna say. If he can suck it up,
Paolo Banchero's still the best player.
I read in the Athletic last week
Wagner.
was the Magic have yet to even kind of reach out. I know it's tampering and stuff. The Magic have been kind of cold.
I've heard it was much the.
I mean, what do I? That's just one report I read.
I've heard the years they were willing to commit to him was much lesser than initially anticipated. They thought they were going to throw a fuck you contract at him, and they were like, "We'll give you the 2 year."
if Clay could suck it up and do that and take a little bit of a pay cut and ring chase, he still could be this a vital sixth man.
Magic ain't the place to ring chase.
I know.
They're they're trying to build for the future.
Yeah, I don't think the Magic is the
They're not
place
ready
to
to
go.
win now. They can't even beat the Cavs.
I don't think the Magic.
I think
is
the
place
Cavs
to go.
are the most meh playoff team that exists in the NBA right now.
And listen, Paul George also just played on a team with two other ball dominant people. And like Steph is a very good passer. It would be kind of just them two on offensive. Like, I think that also elevates Paul George's game a little bit too. If not because Kawhi and James Harden, that just wasn't working with the Clippers. I didn't.
Wish Kawhi was just healthy more.
I do too, and he still had 22 points a game for Paul George on that team. I don't know. I don't think it's like the worst idea for them to do that, but I get everyone's point.
I don't think it's a terrible fit. It's more just I will see Clemmer's point that I just.
No, I don't think they're going to be better than the Nuggets.
It's tough to envision them like going to the Western Conference Finals or like going to the finals, winning whatever, with what's there against them.
But again, the Nuggets are better than the Timberwolves.
Well, we got to talk about this a little bit because you guys threw some darts at me when I was gone the last couple of days.
Threw some darts for sure.
So I don't know if you guys either understand what I'm saying or what.
Here we go.
Because
you're so condescending.
And he wonders why we get mad.
Well, I assume that I'm just confused. You understand, like when I'm looking for a purple hat, it's goofy and stupid, but I am actually looking for a hat. I'm not pretending I'm looking for a hat, right?
Then hold on.
You get that?
This is the one question I want to ask. I said it yesterday. I feel that you have. I don't understand. It feels to me when someone says the word bit, it's like there's such a negative connotation that you associate.
It might be a semantics thing. So bit to me means you're pretending.
You think
to me it's like a half.
It's a work.
To me a bit is like it's like half. I guess a bit can be like a few. You can categorize like a few different ways. Because I know someone, which I'm not throwing this out here, like someone was like, oh, like you did like a Johnny Carson bit on the solitaire thing, which I get. It's like you're more like acting type of thing. Like
joke. I mean,
but to me, the Nikki Smokes thing is more like a, like I think there was a part of him like in the knee jerk of believe. I know you don't believe in mushes. We don't have to get in that whole thing, but I'm saying I think there was a knee jerk of him being like, I mushed the last two. Like I don't want to go to. I don't want to be the mush.
Right.
But I genuinely believe that, like, I mean, you saw he went there and was in a fucking suite with Biz.
Right.
Had a great time besides them just losing at the very end. So I don't think he truly, like, did not want to go.
So I was there for it. So I have a little insight. So in fairness to Nikki Smokes, I was there when he was told he had to go to Game 6. And he did off camera, he did not want. Like, on camera, he didn't want to go. Off camera, he didn't want to go. So that's why I was responding to him was he really didn't want. Now, did he want to go to Game 7? I don't know. I wasn't there for that conversation. But I was there in person for him, and I talked to him afterwards. He did not want to go. That was not a bit. That was not a gag. He was like, fuck, I don't want to go to Edmonton. I don't want to travel that far. He feels he is bad luck. I think that's stupid. But that is what he feels. And so that was a real thing. But when you say, like, I'm doing bits or doing jokes or like looking for a hat, it's silly, stupid stuff. I love doing silly, stupid stuff. I enjoy that. But I'm never lying about it. I'm always saying how I feel.
I don't think anyone's
to me, it's not a lie. For example, I'll say the one because I said like where I'm like for when the Mavs Celtics can come out, I'm like, oh, like they're like Kyrie's gonna ash the cigar in Lucky's grave, and then I turn around and I'm like, I think the Celtics are gonna win. It's more like, to me, it's not like a bit. It's more just like I'm rooting against the Celtics, and we're on this show where, like, you're obviously heavy Celtics guy, he's heavy Celtics guy. As just a New York, like, versus Boston fan, I don't want the Celtics to win. Sure. So there's part of me that wants, like, kind of almost like talking myself and, like, just the audience into, like, selling the Mavs, like, potentially win this series. But then, like, I know deep down I'm like, if it was a gun was put in my head and said, like, you have to pick the winner of the series, I would be like Celtics without even thinking about it.
What about
I think that's right. It's not like a bit. I don't think I'm like pretending. It's more like a.
But you were accusing me of like pretending, like doing bits.
But it wasn't pretend. I don't think you were like pretending.
Everyone here does bits. Bits doesn't mean you're lying.
Yeah, that's my thing. I don't think it's like a lie.
I don't think it's a thick road.
Some people can. Some people can. But when we do do you think Dave tweeting at Elio being like, "Congrats, the season."
No, that's sarcasm.
So that's what.
That's like a. But I would kind of like a kind of a bit. Like
I don't think I don't think we're all on the same page with bit me.
It's like
a bit is what you
whatever
did.
you want to. Yeah.
When Rico says, "Why isn't the market moving today on Saturday?"
It's a bit.
That's a bit.
He doesn't actually mean
that's
it, like.
So that's where I'm like.
But that's also kind of a joke. When you're saying like when it's like a one-liner is different than actually like a whole like a structured thing. You're like, oh, this guy is going all around Indiana looking for these hats. That's saying I basically chose my entire day to be a lie. and that's not what was happening.
No.
See, that's
That is not what was saying.
That's
You
like
called it a bit, and a bit is a lie.
No, it's not.
No, but it's not a lie. It's like a silly
A
like.
bit
That's
is
semantics.
a bit is going around looking for a purple hat. That's a bit because it's a joke.
It's a goofy, silly
Yes.
joke.
But it's not a whole day.
It's a real thing, though.
But it's a joke
gotta
though.
find the hat.
But it's a joke.
Marty,
Silly.
You're doing it because it's you. Or it's
doing it, it's
funny.
silly.
You're doing it because it's funny.
Yeah.
Marty, I
said
have it.
Clemmer, he doesn't like the word bit. I know you.
Yeah, you
just
don't like the word
the
bit.
bit. Like really throws you
Bit
off.
to me is like what WWE.
What do you have?
That's
You're pointing,
different.
you're shaking your hand like you're backing off here.
I know. It's
It's all right, it's all
so
right.
frustrating.
Do it faster, no problem.
If you do it again, that's a bit. It's like a work that you do over time. If you do it more than twice, that becomes a bit. If you look for a purple
That's
hat,
not the definition of bit. It's okay.
that's what I think it is.
You're the purple hat guy. You know, like that's
you're the
a
purple
bit,
hat
but
guy.
that's
That's
fine,
your bit.
and that's funny. But I'm just saying that's a.
I ask a
that's one of
question?
your bits that you do, but a bit does not mean that
See,
you're.
I would never call that a bit. But
So,
you
but
just look at the word
I
different.
think we're just looking at the word.
For example, for me, I started this thing. I started calling like patty checkdowns, like with Mahomes. To me, that's like a bit.
Can I ask
Like, I don't actually feel badly about Mahomes. I
You were
started
saying
this-
that Patty.
That's
started
weird.
this
See,
bit-
that I don't get.
but I'm fucking around. Like I'm just fucking. I'm being silly.
That's a
I'm being
joke.
silly. I'm like.
But when I'm being silly, I'm still telling the truth.
Yeah.
I'm like I'm
Still looking for real hats.
But no, but I also.
Yeah,
I was-
but you don't
I was
need
half.
these
I was.
hats.
But I was.
You don't
To me,
need
it's like
these
a.
hats,
It's a tongue in cheek telling the truth.
I was told to get that.
Yeah, I know, but that's what a bit is. Where it's like a bit is kind of just
It's a running joke,
It's
like
a
a
running
fucking
joke.
set.
Where
Running
it's like
joke
you're
is
the
one thing,
purple
but
hat.
like when I think there's a big difference between doing something silly and goofy and saying something you don't 100% mean.
No, but the patty checkdown thing was like it's. I think what comedy like the best like when a comedian tells like a great joke. Half what makes it so great is that it's like half true. There's like truth in it.
Sometimes.
And I think that and so me like the patty checkdown thing for example, it's like a joke, but it's also because there was a big stat that like basically after they started like running like cover two and stuff like stop the deep ball, he was checking down a ton, way more than he used to. So I started calling him patty checkdowns. Yeah. And it's like because there is like some actual truth to it, but I don't like actually believe he's like obviously I don't think Mahomes is a bum.
like, people
I
think
he's the best quarterback in the league by far.
Justin Herbert's a bit to me, and I truly believe that. And that's what I truly believe. It's not a bit. Like I truly believe that I don't think that he is going to be a successful quarterback, which he has not been.
Somebody
Can I
from the
ask a
chat.
question? Go ahead.
Somebody from the chat said, "Would you classify this as a yak bit?" And you are the yak's muse in this bit.
I'm definitely like not amused. I'm
Sure.
like definitely like I'm the
vessel.
yak's toys.
So you're saying no? Would you classify this as the yak's
I
bit?
don't think it's a. I think also. I know this is the last thing you want to do is have a semantics argument because it's boring. But like I just
Kind
don't.
of fun for us.
I don't.
I think we are a little bit. I think that's what we're in right now.
I don't think I look at the word bit as different. I look at the word as bit as doing something that's not genuine.
Yeah,
Okay, I think
what did you say?
I think you think that bit means shtick.
I do.
That's what I think.
Even bit and shtick. There is like
shtick is
some.
like-
I almost rather be
There's
yeah.
some-
People always ask
There's
me.
some, like,
People
overlap
always
in it.
ask me, "Is Rico a shtick?" I go, "No, he's fucking insane."
Yeah, he's crazy.
So that's where like, and like honestly, that's what. And I'm like, no, believe me, I would tell you if it's a shtick. He's not. He's crazy.
He
But,
read
like,
this so intensely, by the way.
Who, Rico?
Guy pulled out in front of me the other day and didn't apologize. Like I beeped, and then he gave me the finger through the window. So I got out of the car, and then I chased him for like 3 blocks, just looking for an apology.
You
You
ran.
get the apology?
No, I didn't. He.
You ran. You were running down the block.
No, I was driving,
Driving.
and then he sped into like a doctor's office thing and hooked a U, and then drove away.
I can't wait to see a video.
Like he knew for sure you were chasing him.
He knew for sure. As he's pulling away, I just want an apology. I just want an apology.
That's insane.
You really
Also,
ought to talk to
not
someone,
a bit. He
Francis.
did that because he just wanted an
I
apology.
can't wait to get a video of someone on Staten Island just being like,
No,
"Look at this
don't
maniac."
encourage it. The question I
Not
have.
encouraging. It's going to happen without encouraging.
Question I have. We're gonna send 5,000 T-shirts to Nikki Smokes, and he's gonna sell them via what? Cash.
On the,
He says he's
on the
selling-
side.
on the-
side of
Yes,
road.
he's gonna sell them on. So now he's responsible for cash. Don't
Oh.
sell them till you sell them all. At what point is he putting them on clearance? At what does he have to hit full price?
That's a good
Yeah, no,
question.
it's
He's,
good.
and then
sell
when
at
he
the
comes
parade.
back, it's gonna be like when Hank. You ever see the story when Hank went away on what was the tour with Caleb? The Dixie,
Dixie
tour,
tour.
Yeah,
and
with
he
Dixie.
turned in his expense report. Did you guys ever see this?
Yeah.
It was on the back of a fucking envelope, and it was like written in. It was like food here. It was stapled.
Yo, hold
with
on,
receipts.
hold
It was
on,
like a
hold on.
disaster.
Nikki,
What's good?
we're on Pick Central.
What's up, buddy?
How we doing, baby?
Doing great.
So, do you know the what your rules are for your 5,000 shirts? Like, does it have to be a certain amount of like? Can you put them on clearance?
When are they on clearance?
Like, what's your what's the plan for this?
I literally have absolutely no idea. I just know he's sending me 5,000 shirts to the house tomorrow. He sent me like one of these little square things so people will do like tap to pay.
You're a vendor. You're the
He's a straight. I can't wait till he gets.
That's
a
awesome.
I can't wait till he gets a ticket for not having a license.
At the parade, fucking 5,000 people are gonna buy a shirt, or I might be in Florida forever.
Bro, I can't wait till you get a ticket for being an illegal vendor.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta have like
shut
you have
down.
to have like a permit on the side of the road for shit.
No, you don't. Do you actually?
I think you do, but just sell them quick.
At the
won't-
parade, he
they
won't.
At the parade, you won't. Listen,
Like,
just
if-
put a sign up that says "Save my job, buy a shirt," and tell people the story, and they'll feel good. You know, they're good designs. Like, fucking figure it out.
I'm not worried about it.
Hey, at least you don't live in like Minnesota or something. You know, like, at least
Yeah, or
it's
some
Florida.
shithole. Like, God forbid I have to stay in South Florida for fucking 3 weeks. Like,
You should ask a bar to sell them.
I will say though, I'm very excited to see you slinging shirts outside tomorrow. Is it tomorrow?
the parade's on Sunday.
I actually, I'm going to give you a piece of advice. I think you somehow need to have. You might have to go into your own pocket to pay.
Before Sunday, that's a reach, but
Yeah. What do you think the first plan is? On like side of the road by a bar or something?
yeah, I'm just gonna hit like all like the Fort Lauderdale staples.
I'm going to give you a piece of advice. You might have to go into your own pocket for this. I think you need a little bit of a team. I think you might need like some other people help. Just a volume of shirts.
Dave would shut that down in a second.
No, not they go out and sell, but like people standing next to him, and the first guy's like, "I want to XL." All right, hand.
He only got 2 card readers.
Okay, so like at least one other guy. One other guy. He needs to help.
Can you partner with a business and sell them like wholesale?
I'm not worried about that.
Do you have do you have like a camera guy with you?
No, but I could find one.
What about you? You got a rich friend that'll buy some of these in bulk?
All 5,000.
Yeah. What about your pal
Maybe
down there?
like 200. I don't know.
Like hopefully one of the players just like buys all the shirts.
Or your best friend. Maybe he'll buy some.
Yeah, maybe he will, Rico.
I'm just saying. It's a lot of shirts, bro. It's a lot of shirts.
All I gotta say, I've met that guy once. I've met Trent once. Couldn't have been nicer to me. So I'm
He's a great dude.
on your guys' side.
A lot of shirts.
All right, thank you, Nikki. Good luck.
Good luck, Nikki.
Good luck with it all.
Thanks, brother.
See ya.
At least he's got some time to get his ducks in the row.
That, dude,
Parade's on Sunday. I was thinking it was gonna be tomorrow or Friday.
That's what people don't realize here too. I'm actually friends with Nikki. I was getting smoked on Twitter yesterday about saying he doesn't get it.
Yeah, we both were.
Yeah, you were too.
Yeah, I
that
was
guy,
too, kinda.
I'll still say it to Nikki. He don't get it, and that's what makes him funny.
5,000 shirts, man. I can't even imagine.
5,000. No, honestly though, can I be honest?
5,000.
This is why Dave.
Actually, now I think it's
Dave
kind of
is-
weird. He can't sell them cash because you have to prove. You know what I mean? Like I think he's got to do it all on the square.
Yeah, Dave's
is
an
nowadays
he's an
not that
evil
hard, but-
genius. The way he he always turns someone fucking up into something. Like, why do I in my head I want to watch him on the side of the road slinging shirts?
Can he sell it wholesale to a company? Although I know why
No.
a company would buy that wholesale.
No,
If you're a Florida Panthers player and you have the cash, you should buy some shirts
Abs-
and give it to some people.
no. Guess what though? RA might have ruined it. Did you guys see this video?
Yeah.
That's the
It was
funniest
one of the
thing.
funniest. You
Like
can
get
play
the
it.
fuck out of here.
It's one of the best because RA's been
For being an
jerking.
Oilers guy?
He's been jerking off the Oilers nonstop, going to Edmonton.
It's like if I went into UConn's locker room like
Yes.
after the championship.
Yes.
You're like, bro, you were just rooting against us.
Yeah, it's almost like how Frank asked Lindor for an autograph. It's almost the same thing where RA was going up to and I respect the Florida Panthers so much. It'd be like, yeah, if I even went to here, watch the entire video. It's fucking hysterical. It's a little on the
This
side.
happened.
Crazy he got media. Well, I guess not that
It's
crazy.
weird on our screen.
No, I mean they're the biggest fucking place in the world.
But he's just standing there in like a fucking band T-shirt on the
Wearing a
side.
collar, dude. He's wearing a collar right now. You can also
Fuck you! Why are you even out here? Fucking pro Oilers, the whole bandwagon jumping motherfucker.
Love it. Respect it. Was that Kachuk?
yeah. They were mad. Like they're like, no.
Then doesn't he get?
He got kicked out of the locker room as well. He got kicked out of the
Why
locker
does he
room.
want to be in the locker room?
Yeah, look at him. He waved them off, and they kicked him out. I actually respect it because they were mean. Like they were mad about it.
They legitimately were like, "Get fucked."
You can talk shit about us, but if you're gonna fucking come after we win and like ask us for content, fuck that.
They were popping champagne with the Oilers like winning playoff games.
Yeah.
I don't get how he went. Like even I know it's like there's levels to this shit. I get it, but like when it was like the PLL championship and the Barstool Water Dogs team. Obviously, I was rooting for the Water Dogs, and they're like, "Oh, why don't you go to the winning locker room?" It's like I can't be the fucking guy that's like cheering for the opposite team and then going to like
that's
the locker room of the party.
You got to root for one team, and you got to stick with it.
But that's what happened a while ago.
You cannot root for your friends. You can't try to make friends.
That's what happened a while ago with Grinnell. He was friends with one of the teams. I forget what team it was.
In college hockey?
No. It was Stanley Cup. I remember Loud Luxury.
The Blues.
Oh,
he was celebrating with the Blues.
Blues, maybe. Yeah, the Loud Luxury had like a private plane going to Vegas with some of the Blues guys on, and they asked him to come on the plane and come party with the Stanley Cup. And he's a huge Bruins fan.
Oh, yes.
And they beat the Bruins, I'm pretty sure, or something or like that. And it was a whole thing of Dave being like, that's crazy to celebrate with the cup with the enemy and stuff. But it's funny where it's, because obviously, like, in anyone's brain, Grinnell's like, yeah, private plane to Vegas.
I don't think I would if I was.
But I wouldn't be able to, too, because I also, listen, I'll say it right. There's offers for me to throw out the first pitch at the Cubs against the Yankees. I won't do it. That's crazy. Most people will do it. I won't do it. What?
It's insane. You won't just wear a Yankees jersey and do it.
But then they wouldn't let you.
Yeah, they wouldn't let you. And also, they're being nice.
They're
being nice to me. I have to be nice. Like the Cubs mean nothing to me towards the Yankees. Like they're just not even close. Yeah. And obviously, if they play only one time, it would ever matter if they play each other.
RA also responded to the post. I don't know if you guys saw Rat post.
Like also has 2.4 million views. Like it's a funny. His own podcast posted it too.
Do you think that was a bit?
No, I think
he was. That's what made it so good.
He actually went.
He actually was genuinely like excited to see those, and he was genuinely like, "What the fuck?" I think that's the best content when it's genuine. I always think that.
No, I think it's so funny that you were like, the purple hat isn't a bit because I actually was looking for a purple hat.
No, the whole thing was it was under the assumption that Nikki Smokes actually wanted to go, but was saying he didn't want to go. So that's where I think the lines got crossed.
Oh, do you think this is what a question I want to ask you? Do you think that there was a part like Nikki Smokes just didn't want to go because he didn't want to receive shit from Florida fans?
Whatever the reasoning, if he didn't want to go, he didn't want to go.
You realize how many boxes those 5,000 shirts are going to be?
Oh my God, it's a pallet, right?
Yeah, it's got to be at least.
Oh,
5,000.
I don't know how he's going to carry.
How many big boxes do you think? Like 10, 20?
Lot. Like a lot.
How many how many they squeeze in the
20.
box?
I don't know how he's going to.
200? Do you think they fit in one box?
I don't know how he's going to transport them. I think he'll lose. Like at the parade, he's going to need people to help him carry those boxes.
Get a U-Haul or
to
something.
the side of a fucking road.
Well, no, you can. No,
you need a U-Haul.
A U-Haul.
5,000 T-shirts, right?
72 shirts fit in a box. Wait, what?
No.
Oh.
It was standard carton. So the answer is, how big is a box? So what does a box mean?
5,000 shirts. He can be fine and put it in the back of a car.
I don't know, man.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah,
really
dude,
don't.
we get boxes.
But also,
of like, back when I was allowed to,
he needs all
boxes
the
of
sizes.
144 T-shirts is like 3 boxes. Back when I was allowed to do T-shirts with logos on the
he's gonna
back.
need like a pallet truck to drop this.
Regardless,
He's gonna have to make runs. He's gonna have to like bring the sell them all and then go back, get more, and bring them back.
You have to ask a bar if it's like, hey, can I sit out here? People will probably come up to me. Hopefully, I don't know. He's fucked.
Somebody just did the math. I didn't even think about it. $30 a pop for a T-shirt. 5,000 T-shirts. Is that $150K?
No, I would do that earlier. My mindset was you gotta charge 20 each.
Okay, yeah, well, that's what Marty asked. Can we charge?
It'd be $100K.
Can you do $1 each? Like,
and you get some wholesale.
No, I think that would look worse. Like if he sells 5,000 T-shirts for $5,000.
No, I understand.
And
I'm saying, like, is
Yeah.
it like what? There's got to be a certain price he's allowed to go to.
I feel like 20's got to be the number.
Dave has to clarify that.
would think.
Nikki didn't know.
Also, at a parade, dude, is pretty. It's not that hard to sell at a parade.
Here's the problem, though. What happens the day after and you still have 1,000 left?
Oh no! Well, the thing is, he's got today.
You're lucky.
He needs to sell them
now through Sunday.
For the Sunday, and then it's got to be done by Sunday. If it's not done by Sunday, he is.
If it gets to be like Monday and Tuesday, you're fucked.
The only thing is, though, he did say it. Only thing is, like, he's in Miami.
So he's gonna stay home.
He gets to stay in Miami till he sells T-shirts. Like.
I said he's gonna need a rich friend to buy like 500 of them and then make like 4 of those.
He doesn't know him though.
I think Kachuk does.
He might know who he is.
Like you
But
said,
also these hockey guys,
$150,000 on shirts.
these hockey guys, they're not NBA. They don't have NBA money. Like they obviously have money to buy shirts, but I'm saying
Not that
I
many.
don't know if they're just gonna throw out like $50K.
$150,000.
I do hate when people say like rich people should just do it because that's just crazy.
Like no, it's just like even if you throw just like $20K,
why the fuck would I help? Like it's also not like
Stanley Cup bonus.
It's also not like a charity, bro. It's like it's not like it's like he's helping other people. He's helping Nikki.
He's helping
Smokes
Dave
and Dave us to get better. Like
there's more money than the whole team combined.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I got my tattoo. I got my tungsten tattoo. I've got my Ninja Turtle tattoo.
So you got a little sunburn.
Sunburn.
Sunburn. I got a lot. Oh,
sunburn
you know what?
from the game.
I went to 5 baseball games in a row.
That's.
It was wonderful.
I went to the Yankee game Sunday, and I think I'm out on day games in the middle of June.
Oh, it's so hot.
Oh, it's so
It
nice.
was bad. The seats when you first sat down, it was cooked.
5 days. I went to 3 different stadiums in 3 different days. How great is that?
Cooked. I was back inside most of it for the Legends.
So happy.
Unbelievable. But
2 new stadiums.
let's do the draft real quick because the Yak's going right now, and then we'll go to picks. I'm not even going to pretend to know anything about some of the guys at the top in terms of the overseas guys.
I know some, but go.
Yeah, I mean.
I've done some mocks too. I've been looking at over the last couple months.
Reed Shepard is the best. Is the first American guy off the board.
Go who the draft. Go the prospects right now.
Riscalia.
It ends with an R. It ends with an R.
What did I say?
Scalia.
Scallier.
I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm gonna pronounce it perfectly, but I know it doesn't end with love.
Okay. Sauer.
The Hawks are saying him.
That's what it sounds.
That's what they're saying. Alexander Saar.
Go the team and the person.
All right. Hawks. Risarcher.
Yes.
Wizards. Saar.
And
Alexander
real quick,
Saar.
stop for a second. Saar didn't work out for the Hawks, correct?
He's an Australian guy.
Yeah, no, but he didn't want to work out for them. Supposedly, I heard that.
Yeah, there was some controversy
through the lottery.
Can I defend Rico real quick? The font on this paper is so. Why did you print this out?
The problem was look at this other. He's got a stack that's 50 pages long.
This is the smallest font I've ever seen.
Yeah, but the other one's
Here we
like
go.
600 pages.
Dukes is putting it on the board.
All right,
there we go.
God. Puerto Rico.
Also, it doesn't matter about Saar because when Paolo got drafted by the Magic didn't work him out.
Also, Saar, I think he plays in France, but I believe he's Australian. Like he was born in Australia, I believe.
Klingon could go number 1.
I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about Bazulis. Also, he called out Risarcher. He wants to just like play him one-on-one. I kind of like this. He was like, I want to go up against him, and he literally said it in like a legit interview. Was like he doesn't want it.
So what's weird is the Spurs have 4 and 8.
Yes.
They could go Dillingham and Shepard.
They could go anything.
Connect's old, right?
Yeah,
I think he's still going to be good.
Oh no, he's really.
I would take if there's a prop in the state of over under 7.5 for his draft position. I think he's going to be drafted 7 or higher.
Who's got
I like Castle a lot.
All right, so they don't.
Big Serbia.
I think this is the big board though. I don't think this is like the draft.
This is
like,
the big
I don't think
board.
this is the way they see like the orders.
But it's
this
better.
isn't the mock draft. This is just the big board.
Oh, go to mock draft real fast.
It's the same thing.
No, I know, but I want to see. I want to see where they have. I want to see where they have right now. Edie.
I thought it was like 14. I see
one I printed.
I don't know if I watched the ESPN one. I was
The
looking at
mock
a
draft
bunch
is
of,
pretty crazy.
I was
I know
seeing like
mock
kind of
draft.
end. I was seeing like end lottery, like mid first round.
ED 17 to the Lakers. ESPN.
Deron Holmes 12 to the Thunder.
It's a good fit. You want to be on a good team.
Deron Holmes could be a Knicks.
It's also got. Do you think as college fans, like seeing Kentucky have like, because Duke, it happens a lot to Duke when you have like 2 or 3 guys in the top 10, and you're like, barely.
No, it was the bet. Yeah, what? They barely made the tournament.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
saying,
it
like, when
didn't
you're-
do anything
like,
in the
Kentucky
tournament?
Didn't do anything.
Can we just
Yeah,
show
well, no,
that
it's the
name?
best. It's Calipari says it's the best night of the.
Can we go back real quick? Can we just look at that name and remember how Bosco pronounced that?
Yeah, the fact that that's how you Rasalier you said.
Like
Font is so small. Look at the font.
That's what
But I know the guy's name, but I'm saying
all right.
That guy's named Rasache.
Yeah, all right, Rasache.
it was just that you put law at the end. It was just
Because it. It's tough.
What? That's not his actual stats. Oh, that's what they're.
You got to understand
what they're gonna do.
No. That are his stats. But you got to understand he's playing in these grown men like high level Euro leagues.
I don't know if that's his.
Where literally I'm telling you, those teams would smash NCAA talent.
Oh man,
smash them.
No, for sure.
Nets gave up 3.
Like Porzingis came out, was averaging like 10 and 5 in the Euro leagues, and came in and was like killing it in the NBA right away.
I truly think that the Spurs should go after Klingon and Castle.
I love Shepard. I love Castle. Cody Williams, I like.
Yeah,
I like
we'll
Cody
see.
Williams
I mean,
a lot.
there's always drama tonight. Something always happens, but it's very hard to get excited about a draft. when there's a lot of overseas guys at the top.
Walter, I'm big on too. I like.
I'm
Walter
almost
a
coming
lot.
around on this draft that like it just might be good.
Just a lot of
I
players.
think
good
you like
players.
have to tell yourself that eventually.
Yeah.
I think that like you're gonna look up and there's gonna be like better players than you
Scroll
think.
up for a
I think
second.
it's
but
no
listen,
superstars.
No, the way it is, like, there's obviously just this many players. Like, some of them got to be good.
Well,
I
think
love
about
De Silva.
actually. Let's
No, they don't.
for a second.
There's got to be I'm saying when I say good, I mean just like starting caliber players that hang around the league for a while. There's got to be a few.
Okay, why was last year's draft good? Just because of Wemby? Like the
He
number
just
2 guy was fine. He didn't do.
Scoot hasn't been.
Scoot didn't do anything.
Yeah, he hasn't
Like,
been-
what was so good about last year's draft? Just because of the one superstar? Like, who else was like?
I think it helps when you have like a
It
generational
definitely
talent.
helps, but I'm
Yeah.
saying like where this one, where Dukes is kind of saying there is a lot of just like good players. And there's no one that's gonna take over a team and be the guy. But like I think there's a lot like even Johnny Furphy, I think is gonna be pretty good.
There's still, you're right, Marty. Like, there's still like valuable. Like, there's
I like
guys
that
have
kid.
value, but there's not.
I want the Knicks to get this
Is
kid.
anyone here going to make an All-Star?
I
Ryan
want the
Dunn?
Knicks the kid to get Missy.
Oh, I'll tell you.
He was a beast for
As a
Taylor.
Celtics fan, I don't want the Knicks to get Ryan Dunn.
Ryan Dunn's good.
He's an unreal defender, but he can't shoot. For
Unreal
Yeah, he's
wing
Virginia.
defender.
He's perfect Virginia.
I'm actually
he is like
his
the worst
brother.
shooter ever.
Do you know his brother?
No.
Justin Dunn. Do you know? Who
Oh,
Justin
the
Dunn is?
pitcher. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big Collier guy.
He was.
Not a Filipowski.
Oh,
like
give me
Philip
flip on the
Bukowski.
Not a
on the Knicks.
Filipowski guy. Out on that.
No. We have to decide this right now,
and
Marty.
Filipowski
You are
out.
not becoming a fucking Knicks fan.
No.
Let him.
Filipowski.
No, I don't want to be. No, I won't be a Knicks fan because we have to. Where Cooper Flag goes, I'll probably be a fan.
Let's go.
I'm gonna be.
I hope he goes
Go
to
through the first
Charlotte.
round first.
I'm gonna be the most annoying person with Cooper Flag.
Let's go picks to round
This
it
would
out.
suck.
Marty, what do you got?
What would suck? Who were the Celtics at getting?
Oh, Shireman's such a Celtic.
I like
I
Shireman.
want Celtics to get Filipowski. If Deron Holmes is somehow there.
I like Shireman.
I'm going with the Yankees today. He'll has to have a bounce back. What was Manaea pitching?
Yeah.
Meatballs.
The Cubs just gotta win soon. I'm liking the Cubs. Fuck it. If I watch a game until 1:00 in the morning again, and they lose, I'm gonna be very upset. And I'm
Cubs are facing a very good prospect for the Giants today.
yeah.
I mean, that's tough.
That goes either it goes bad,
Right.
really bad,
I
or
agree. I agree.
really good. I'm going with the Cardinals, with Gibson on the mound plus 110, and then I am going to go with the Nationals plus 160. Did you see that thing last night with Profar?
Grand Slam?
No, where like the night before, Monday night, he had a walk-off hit. Yesterday, his first at bat up, the catcher just like went up to him and started fucking screaming at him.
Oh, I didn't know.
Hitting him on the shoulders like this. Bench is cleared.
Yeah, I saw.
And then
Okay.
Machado got
Yeah,
up
after
next and hit a home run
I think Profar had a Grand Slam yesterday too.
Why were they mad at Profar?
because of the way he celebrated after.
They shouldn't have said anything. They should have just threw at him.
Agree.
Yeah.
Very much agree. Hit him in the back. Don't hit his head. Don't hit him hard. Just hit him in the back.
Ev.
I got Braves minus 1.5 in the first game, plus 135. The Royals minus 1.5 playing the Marlins. I think it minus like 108. That's all for right now.
I got the hit parade and I got the Pirates today. Clemmer.
Pick of the day: Rockies, Astros game over 8.5. You got two lousy pitchers, Arrighetti and Feltner going. I like Ryan Nelson over 2.5 runs. Thank you guys. Appreciate the music playing. Minus 145. Braves money line early win. Get that early win promo. It's available for day games. Jump on that. And then Royals run line minus 1.5.
Music's been a thing forever.
I know, but they always do it. It's fine.
Well, next time you'll go first.
No, it's fine.
That's
He's a little frustrated.
Pick Central. Catch you tomorrow.
I have a pick. Dallas Keuchel over 2.5 runs.
What's the line?
+120.
I'm on that, Bill.